Alright, don't take fall damage at all. Walking around
Okay.
1-2, what's it called? Oh wait, no. Oh wait, no, I think they're waiting for, the final heal. You can probably take
Oh,
damage right now. They're waiting for the, yeah, double or nothing enabled. Welcome everyone to Mystery Box UHC Season 1. I'm with James the Douglas.
season one. Yeah, another season one. Hold on. It's good. Yeah, you're quite. You're a wee bit quiet. I'm not gonna. Where's your mic?
Oh, am I quiet?
Just a wee bit.
Alright, well. Better. Yeah, no, I'm getting a new mic on
That's
Monday.
better.
Alright, yeah, no, I'm getting a new
Yeah.
mic on Monday because I've been
Nice.
having problems with this one. Spent like 80 bucks on
Right.
it. I'm like,
Oh dear.
well, it's on sale. It's normally like a $100 headset, so I
Well,
mean,
fair enough. I'm
so
always scared though to like put a lot of money into something, but like at the same. So for example, a mouse. Usually I buy a computer mouse for like $20, right? Not much,
yeah,
because I'm worried if I put a lot more into it, it fails. It's a waste. But at the same time, you kind of pay what you get what you pay for if you know what I mean. So the mouse you get doesn't last long or isn't that good. So it's
yeah.
no win situation.
It depends. I would say it depends on what you're buying. Like with a mouse, I wouldn't really go that much because like right now I had a Razer Naga that I paid not even. I had a Razer Naga that lasted me. I paid like 30 bucks for it, and it lasted me like a good like 8 or 9
Right.
months. And I mean, I'm getting my month. I got my money's worth. 30 bucks for a mouse that lasts me like about a year. That's good. I bought
True.
this Red Dragon one for about 20 bucks, and it's Will's first damage. It's kind of stupid. I would not do that in this type of round where it's best PV. But
He's confident.
yeah. No, but but when it comes to like, I've paid 20 bucks, not even 20 bucks for this mouse, and this mouse has lasted me probably
Right.
about a year now. But I mean, it's getting
Sure.
problems now. Like I'm starting to feel the problems now. Like I can just feel it. You know what I mean? Where like there's some
Yeah. Yeah.
drifting, and I mean that's just inevitable though. I mean that happens with like every
Sure.
mouse. I
Sure.
don't want to go putting like a bunch of money into mice and stuff, and then just
Yeah.
like I wouldn't mind putting a lot of money into it, but it
Yeah.
just isn't worth it.
Yeah.
I hear
No,
spiders
yeah, I
already.
get that. It's
So
always quite risky, but
yeah,
whatever.
it also depends. Like right now, I also want to like. There's a couple things I want to get to before I get a new mouse. I want to get a new mouse and keyboard this summer when I get my big paychecks. But there's also a lot
Oh
of other
yeah.
stuff that I want to get before that. So like I want to get a new graphics
Yeah.
card because my graphics card's really outdated.
What would you?
My graphics card. I have a GTX 1050 Ti, which is pretty old to be honest.
Oh, that's what I've got.
Yeah, I want to. Well, it's kind of bottlenecking my CPU right now, so I kind of want to get something new.
Right.
So I just future-proof myself for like the next like couple years, so I
The
don't have to
1050
upgrade it.
Ti was budget originally, wasn't it? Because all the cheap like gaming computers had it
Yeah,
like
it
around a
was.
certain era.
Yeah, it was very budget. I forgot how weird this terrain is with how it is with this round with what's
Wait,
it
what is
called?
the terrain?
What? Oh, it's with
What?
it being dungeoneering, it's kind of weird.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Shuriken is also very. No, the Shuriken is outside the border. All right. Well, I have one Shuriken on me. Oh wait, does the
Relic
Shuriken?
Lapis.
What? Yeah, that's another thing. So Lapis is redstone
Yeah,
spawns
yeah.
like a. I don't know if you remember, but it spawns a lot. So once
I
I get
wonder
my
if that retro season was the only mounted dungeoneering game I've ever played.
I played one, I think, one other game, and that
I've
was
played a lot of like you know how you could raise the dungeon rates. I played a lot of those, but that's not
yeah,
dungeoneering.
that's Dungeons Galore, I think is what it's called.
Right, right.
I think Dungeons Galore is an interesting game mode. It's just is not hosted enough.
True.
I think it's underhosted A and B. I feel like that it's better that's not hosted a lot. Definitely with rounds because
Yeah.
with rounds it's like with dungeoneering, you're getting more dungeons, but you're also sacrificing the chances of getting more ores and all this other stuff. So it makes sense. But with
Yeah.
more dungeons, it's just like you're getting more dungeons. I don't think it would that. I think it'd just be too overpowered because someone there you just find that one person who has like a shit that would find a shit ton of stuff and it's like,
Sure,
well,
sure.
kind of screwed. What's your chords?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm not like kind of near you.
I neg 710, neg 210. Oh, there we go.
Celestial.
Oh, wrong one. There we go.
Is it only me? So does for your Celestial, does it look like the Arctic TL?
Yeah.
All right. No, I just want to make sure this wasn't just me.
Okay. Why do you think they stole it?
No, they probably didn't steal it. They probably just got it from Leon. To be honest, I mean it's a TL. It's probably with the It's probably with their team or whatever. I mean it's a slash TL. I mean it doesn't. You know what I mean? It doesn't affect
Yeah.
the game. It's not like they're stealing it. Like, it just happens. I know that
I
happened.
think the lawsuit will be massive. Watch.
Oh yeah, I found a lot of chickens, which is probably good because I don't think it's double arrows.
I only found 4, so I got six feathers. Maybe even 6 feathers is decent for 4.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I have 33, so
I'm trying to find leather. Did you get leather?
I have leather and sugarcane already. I'm gonna
Ooh,
head. I'm
oh
gonna.
there. I found it. Have you seen the jungle?
I might have been in there. I'm gonna
Oh,
make.
is that the cave that's outside the border? I think I found the cave that's outside the border.
Makes sense. Yeah, you're probably over where I was at then. Yeah. All right. I am going to go down in this cave. I found an emerald. This goes down pretty low.
Oh,
Okay.
I just lagged out. I lagged in a round earlier during a fight. I didn't die, thankfully, but
Yeah.
hopefully it doesn't happen.
Yeah. Let's not die. Episode 1, please.
I've
Let's.
never died at 1 in an RR. I'm not afraid to say it.
I think I have died once or twice. It hasn't been a lot. It's been a while since I've died like up 1.
Sure.
I think the last time I died up 1 was what round was it? I think it was Azure like 7, which was like 2 years ago.
Right.
So Azure's one of those rounds where it's like I wouldn't really count it non-Reddit because there's a lot of like Reddit players in it, but it's also non-Reddit because it's just always been non-Reddit. Like, because at the time they
Yeah.
weren't. At the time originally when it was first created, like they no one really knew about the Reddit and they didn't want to make it Reddit,
Sure.
which I fully understand why they didn't want it, why they wouldn't want to make it Reddit because I mean, with it being a staple of like non-Reddit, I mean, there's no reason to make it Reddit.
Yeah. Exactly.
Definitely. I kind of wish this was fast melting to be honest, but it's whatever. Yeah,
I
that's
didn't wish this was cut clean, hasty boys.
no. I don't. I don't like. I don't like
V minor.
I don't like rounds being cut clean. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like rounds being cut clean because at least with fast melting, you have to actually smelt it. I found a mine shaft.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like, I don't even think a mine shaft really even matters because everyone's gonna have the what's it called? Everyone's gonna have all these spawners. But yeah, at least I have a rod and bow now. Well, yeah, no. Back to the topic. I feel like cut clean. At least with fast melting, you still have to, go do stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep, blocking that up. There's a cave spider spawner.
I got load of. What did I make? I just as usual.
Yeah. I forgot this
Make
is
a
also.
bucket.
I'm pretty sure this is 1.7 terrain too, actually. So the ore rates might be
That's true,
fine.
actually. I don't think Dungeoneering was ever updated.
Yeah, I don't think Dungeoneering was ever updated to 1.8. I know Dungeoneering was made like a really long time ago. So, which Dungeoneering is fun, but it has its ups and downs.
Retro is pretty fun though. Like I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
I even though PvP only happened for like a split second at the end, I still found it fun.
It was very fun. I will say, if I want one round to come back, I would want Retro to come back because it had potential. I
Yeah.
just don't think the organizers. I don't think one of the organizers were very suited to organize the round, which is it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. I think you know which one I'm talking about, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna name names. I don't. But I
That's
also
fair.
don't. I don't think the other organizer too was very like. I don't know with the concept. I don't think it just didn't. I just don't think it would have worked. I just don't think it worked well with the organizers
Sure.
because one of them. They're not really old players. I mean, I like the new. I like the concept of the new and old group. I like the concept of that, but I mean, it seemed like with the organizers, it just didn't work well. If there was a few different organizers that organized it, I could have seen it going a lot farther. But I
Right.
feel like for season 1 though, having Dungeoneering also just wasn't a good idea because I mean, you have to prove stuff with your season 1. If it's season 1, you want to prove something that's good, and then with Dungeoneering, with it being 1 point, with it being a, oh, I just found TNT. Okay, that's the thing. I guess that happens.
Hey. Oh, Kirsten, yeah.
But I mean, it's just for a season 1. I don't think Dungeoneering was a good idea because here's another thing too. I feel like it's like TGF. TGF. If you look at the earlier seasons for TGF, no one really knew what they were doing because yeah, they're accustomed to modern Minecraft, which is 1.7, 1.8, 1. Maybe 1.6 earliest. But no one's accommodated to the 1.2.5. I found a spawner. Also, I love Mineshaft, so on.
I found a few spawners.
Alright. Oh, this is a double chest. Just string,
Nice.
saddle. Also hear mobs, so that's not good. I also hear more mobs. Come on, smelts, you stupid. Coal, iron. That's another thing. I'm very paranoid of taking a lot of damage.
That's alright. Or any
I
damage.
I do like though that I think it had a good idea of where it wanted to go, like with future
Yeah.
seasons, but it just didn't have the time to progress. Which, if it were to come back, I could see it maybe doing well.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the maybe, because they would need to try to get some of the roster. I feel like getting the old players would be the hard part, getting them back to wanting to play,
Yeah.
playing. Like, and you don't even, here's the thing too, they kind of overreached their limits, I would say. Like, I feel like they shouldn't have tried getting, like, Dans and Longo, which, yeah, it's really cool they got them to play. But
Yeah.
realistically, they don't fit with the rest of the roster, and that's the problem with it.
Sure.
And the roster
Sure.
overall wasn't, I wouldn't say the roster overall was, like, very, like, notable in the first place, which roster isn't everything. Like, I'm not going to say it is,
Yeah.
but you need to have, like, a cohesive, like, oh, well, this person makes sense to be in the roster. You shouldn't have, like, a bunch of people that are like, oh, no, this just doesn't make sense at all.
Okay, yeah.
Which I think you can agree with rounds at least.
Yeah.
Like, you don't
Yeah,
want
I
to,
get that.
you like, Comical's a good, I think is a good example. Most of the roster makes sense, but then there's Quill and BP, which, yeah, it's fine they're in there. It just doesn't make sense. It just seems like they were thrown in there. Maybe they, it just seems like they were just thrown in there because they're not friend. It doesn't seem like any of the
Yeah.
organizers ever really talked to Quill before.
I do
Maybe,
know
like,
it's a Quill. Yes, I do know it's a Quill thing though to join a round like because he's in Quixotic and that's another round you could argue he doesn't.
all right,
Maybe
well,
you
Quixotic.
know.
Listen, I'm gonna argue this though too. Quixotic is Quixotic. Quixotic doesn't have, Quixotic's one of those
No, that's
rounds
fair.
where,
I'm
yeah.
I'm just saying Quill's one of the it's the sort of person that's
Oh
like
yeah,
I want to meet new people. I'm gonna join whatever round's going. So
yeah.
that's probably why he's economical.
No.
Oh,
Wait, how did I
oh
not
yeah.
take? I didn't. I don't think I think it's no fall
Oh, really?
because I literally just jumped and I didn't take any fall damage.
You didn't take any percentage.
Yeah, I know. I didn't take any percentage. 1 second, I'm gonna do this.
Pie's back. You can tell
I
him.
think Pi might be fixing that. Yeah, no, I think no falls on, which is a little oopsie. Oopsie poopsie. All right. But yeah, no. Back to the topic though. I feel like I just feel like that's one of the few things that needs to be like, if it does come back, that needs to get addressed. Of like
Yeah.
getting, not really originalizing the round, but like getting more players that would fit the roster, which
Sure.
originally it might have seemed fine, but if you realistically look at it, it seems like Dan's and I think it was Longa? I think it was
Yeah.
Longa. That were just seemed like they were just thrown in there for no reason, which it makes sense why they tried to get these people, but in
Yeah.
realistic terms, they shouldn't have even. I think Dan's would have been fine because Dan's was hosting for them anyway. So Dan's wasn't
Sure.
that big of a stretch. I would have been fine with Dan's, but Longa, I mean, I don't think Longa ever talked to any of the organizers.
Okay.
So, but that's just, yeah, that's a topic for another day.
Sure. Yeah. I remember Longo was in. So remember Ambient?
Ambience, yeah.
Ambient UHC. I think Longo was in the take of that I played. I mean, maybe Longo was in the original like Ambient seasons.
Longo
fair
was
enough,
in.
I just
Longo
remember.
was in one of the originals. He
Right.
was in the original roster. Ambience was around. I feel like it had potential, but it was organized by the worst person that could have organized it. Because I'm not gonna go into why I don't like Maximus.
I know.
I think it's pretty self-obvious of why people don't like Maximus. I feel like I'd be beating a dead horse, but it had potential. The roster, I think, was okay. I don't think it was the worst. I think the roster kind of fit the build, but it also kind of didn't. It was a little
Sure.
interesting. It was a round that I feel like some people wanted to join, so that's another thing that I had going up for it. But
Right.
if you look at season 1 to season 2, it just like season 1 to season 2, the amount of people that left, they needed to do something, and I feel like they just scrambled for scraps basically.
Right.
Because the season 1 roster is completely different to the season 2. Because I'm pretty sure Prof organized these. I don't know if it was Prof who organized it. I think. Don't hold me to that though, because that
Okay.
was a long time ago when I rewatched it. I'm not getting like any gold right now. This is really mad. I might probably at like at least 5 veins, and 5 veins. I've only gotten 6 total, so I've only gotten like 3 drops.
I've not found a single vein.
I found a decent amount of veins. I don't have any diamonds though. I haven't found any yet at
I'm
least.
just trying to go through spawners, trying to see if they've got any iron. I don't even have an iron pickaxe, actually. So I should probably make one of those.
I'm going to smelt my iron, I think. Come here soon to get full iron armor. I've taken a heart of damage, but that's it. Because I just said screw it. There's no reason to try saving. I do have enough on me to make full iron, though, which I might stop and make here soon. I just get more
I'll,
coal.
I'll try not to take damage as much as possible, but you know, it's dungeoneering. Anything
Yeah,
can
no,
happen.
yeah, no. That's why I think best PV is actually good with this game mode, because it's dungeoneering, so.
Sure, sure.
So. But yeah, no. What
There's a
other?
spawner over there.
Have you listened to the RR podcast yet or no? Or,
I've never. I'm going to be honest. I've never.
oh.
Not just never got round to it. It's not something that I knowingly go looking for.
Yeah, well, the newest episode just got released today.
Okay.
And it's like 3 hours long. I was on hour. I'm on like hour. Like I think I'm not even like an hour in completely, which is I'm like about
Sure.
hour and a half in. So, but a lot of they were doing a lot of recaps of rounds from 2019 to 2020 from basically the last podcast to this podcast, which
Yeah.
which is fine. I feel like that's actually a good thing to do, but I will say that they did mention a couple rounds, which made sense.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna judge whatever, but I know Fancy did bring up a lot of good points about rounds and stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting so far what I've seen. It's kind of bringing back old vibes of what it used to be, which is nice because
Right.
yeah, they haven't had a podcast in over a year, so that's another thing. But
Ah. Right. Yeah.
it's probably been at least a year. At least I don't know. It's been since 2019 since they've had a podcast though, which it's nice to have
Sure.
O-Dog's back too though, so that's also nice because he's
Oh
running things.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I will say though, it is a shame though that they're waiting on they're waiting on something. They're waiting on what's it called? Something for the actual RR awards, which got done earlier this year. Which it's a shame though that it's just that's not done yet because I mean
Okay. Yeah.
it's May, which it's not really their fault. I'm not gonna say it's their fault because it's really not. But oh, it's double arrows. Okay, we're good on arrows. I have 4 stacks.
Okay.
All right, but yeah, no, I do enjoy watching that though because
But just to point out, I didn't say you should be in it randomly. Like you, literally, the amount of opinions you've shared so far is
I
evidence that you'd be all right on it.
I would
Like you can talk,
love.
and you've actually got opinions. I have, I don't have opinions.
I would love to be I would love to be on the podcast even just like once or twice. Like it'd be awesome because I'm not scared to say my opinion, which I think a lot of
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
know. And
Yeah.
sometimes my opinions are very, not a lot of people like them, but most of the time I'm with the consensus, which is fine, I guess.
Sure.
I don't like to hate on rounds, but there's a couple rounds where it's like Dom actually brought this up in the newest and the newest episode. Dom did bring up a point. So with comical, it did get hate because of a couple. Most of the things that he said, I do agree with, like too close to similar rosters, or not roster, but
Right.
too similar the concept. The Reddit posts need to get fixed because yeah, those are probably the worst Reddit
Oh
posts I've
yeah.
ever
So
seen.
I did see the Reddit post. That's
Yeah,
understandable.
the Reddit post, but the non-Reddit people were like, "Oh, the roster's bad because of non-Reddit." I do agree that I don't think that's the reason why a round should get hate. Oh, end of up. See you guys all next step.